right. Let me give you a word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano, yo soy cubano. Y cuando habla la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también. Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say. Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. So, you know what, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablando de mierda de negro, estoy hablando de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them understand what the fuck you're saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. Yo soy cubano, yo entiendo. Cuando hablas esa mierda de negro, estoy hablando de mí también. Like I said, my intention wasn't to get her fired, was to check her, to watch what you say, because you never know who will understand you. So you see me as a black person, but you don't know my roots. You know what I'm saying? So and that's why I'm trying to wake her up to, man, you never know who will understand you, because there's a bunch of us Afro-Latinos que hablan español. Y como yo parle français aussi, I speak French and Spanish, so.
Did you ever expect the video to blow up the way it did?
No, I did not, and you know, I didn't video it, like I'm telling people, I didn't video to get the girl fired. What happened was, I was in the store, Family Dollar, and I was buying a few things and some soap and stuff like that. Now, the one lady, she was on the aisle with me. She knew I spoke Spanish because I had my phone on speaker, and I was talking to a customer in Spanish. So she knew I spoke Spanish. The girl behind the counter, she probably didn't. So as I was going through the line, the lady in front of me, she had a little girl, and her little girl had some little tennis, and it was black. So she asked the girl behind the counter, what about the white tennis? She said, no, the white tennis, they were speaking Spanish. She said, the white tennis for boys. She said, but when I opened up the box, I put the box behind the counter because she said in Spanish, porque los negros estaban robando. The black people, and I'm going to say it right, being derogatory, but she's saying the black people would be stealing the tennis. But she said it in Spanish in a derogatory way. So the lady in front of me, who knew I spoke Spanish, turns around and looked at me in the face. And then she started engaging in the conversation. No, estos negros siempre allá están robando las cosas. So I'm sitting in line. I'm really holding my peace to keep from going off because I don't want to act a fool. So I wait till she burn off, and I tell her little sister behind the counter, I said, let me give you a word of advice. I said, man, you'll never know. I said, you'll never know who you offend. And as I'm trying to tell her, I guess she's snapping. Did he understand me? So I tell her in Spanish, yo soy cubano. To let her know I understand. So now she's going to the fence and trying to explain to me why she said what she said, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't video her, I was videoing myself. And then she, you know, she hollered for her manager, you know, he's videoing me, so I'm like, I wouldn't, but I said I am now. So I put her on blast. And like I said, my intention wasn't to get her fired, was to check her, to watch what you say, because you never know who will understand you. So you see me as a black person, but you don't know my roots. You know what I'm saying? So and that's why I'm trying to wake her up to, man, you never know who will understand you, because there's a bunch of us Afro-Latinos que hablan español. Y como yo parle français aussi, I speak French and Spanish. So you see the man, but you don't know the roots. And that was my thing. You never know who you offend because you never know who understand you.
Right. And what was that moment like when you got a call from corporate?
I can't say this here. Corporate called me to apologize. That made me feel good that somebody took out their time, that somebody responded to my complaint, because it was my Facebook friend, one of my Facebook Wonder. She called it, she posted it, she sent it to corporate, and corporate called me, and they said, man, we sorry, man. We sorry, that should have never happened. I explained to them what happened, and they said she never should have had that conversation. So they did apologize. They did call me and reach out to me to give me a sincere apology that they were sorry, and that they would take care of, you know, rectify the situation. Like I told them, I wasn't trying to get her fired, but say lo que sea, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? 8826 Johnson on Johnson and Laurie copy. This is the Family Dollar I had the incident with. The cashier and the client talking that racist shit about black folks in Spanish. What happened was the lady in front of me spoke Spanish, asked her about some tennis shoes. And the little girl behind the counter told her in Spanish, she put the tennis shoes up because the niggas, in Spanish, she put the tennis shoes up because the niggas come in and steal the tennis shoes. Now, the little Mexican lady that stood in front of me, she knew I spoke Spanish because she heard me talking on the phone. She turns around and looked at me in my face, then turns around and started telling the girl, she the one really went off. Yeah, you know, these niggas be stealing down the store, them niggas be stealing, you know, niggas this, niggas, and I'm holding my, biting my lip. That's the best way I can say it. I can bite my lip to keep from going off. So, you know, like I said, she looked in my face and she knew I spoke Spanish. So to me, it was like she was trying to show me that she didn't like black folks, that she was racist, because she looked at my face and then she went out with the nigga shit in Spanish. So the little girl behind the counter, when the other lady burnt off, you know, I'm telling her straight off the top that, yeah, that's me, you looking over here and shit. So I'm telling her, that's me, you looking at me, you see me, I'm from yesterday. That's me, yeah, that's me, you looking and shit. So I'm telling the lady, I tell the little girl behind the counter, I said, man, you know, I try to talk to her nice, but she started tripping and stuff, so I wasn't gonna put on a blast. And y'all see in the video, I did put on a blast after she got a little fly with me. But it's the place right here, 8826. Quit supporting these racist ass people at the store. All right, this is me, Chico Dear, life of a mobile mechanic in Houston, Texas, and the surrounding area. Since the incident at Family Dollar, I've seen I'm getting a little exposure. So this is what I want to do. I always tell people, man, us folks, man, besides learning his story, we need to learn our story. And a bunch of other people don't know because they don't teach it to us. But man, our story starts off in Latin America. Before the United States was discovered, man, we was already being dropped off in the Caribbean. Cuba, in fact, Cuba was a slave port where they brought the slaves there before they brought to the Americas, you know what I'm saying? But Dominican Republic and Haiti and all that stuff, which was known as Hispaniola. So, you know, and man, our story begins in Latin America before it even starts over here. And I'm gonna say this, some people always say, why I say Afro-Latino, just said Latino. Because when I say Afro, just like you say Afro-American, you identify as being a black person. I say Afro-Latino because that identifies with me saying I'm black. Forget the nationality, because Cuban is not a race, it's a nationality. Puerto Rican ain't a race, it's a nationality. Dominican ain't a race, it's a nationality. When you say Afro, you showing them I'm black, because you got white Latinos too. You know what I'm saying? And just like in they proud of who they are. When we say Afro, that identifies with I am a black man or a black person or African descent that speaks one of the Latin languages. And the Latin languages are Spanish, French, Italian, and then Portuguese. Might be another in there, but only thing Latino mean is I speak one of the Latin languages. I speak Spanish, yo hablo español, and I speak French. Je parle français aussi. So that's all that means. It ain't got nothing to do with bloodline. Ain't no Latin bloodline. People get that mixed up. I'm like, no. Latino is a person who speaks a Latin language, no matter their color, because you got Chinese Latinos. In Cuba, you got a bunch of Spanish-speaking Chinese, Asians. You had a Japanese president in Peru back in the days named Alberto Fujimori. Like I say, Latin only means I speak one of the Latin languages I happen to speak two. And when I say Hispano or Hispanic, that means I speak Spanish or Portuguese. If I say Bono Franco, that means, you know, I'm a Latino. Bono Franco, that means I speak French. And like I said, we need to stop learning his story and start learning our story. With that said, man, I'm going to come back with some more videos and teach y'all how to speak Spanish. Especially everybody always say, man, I can't pronounce it. I'm going to show you how to cheat the R. With that said, y'all stay blessed. Get back with you.